All right, good afternoon, folks. Thanks for joining us on Cine TV, Pens Elite TV for game number 2. And game number 2 of the showcase and the afternoon, as the Pens are right back here from Brunswick Auto Mart Arena outside of Cleveland, Ohio. They were victorious earlier this afternoon in a 2 o'clock game where they took the W over the Philadelphia Hockey Club by a final score of 4-3. We have 52 seconds on the countdown clock on the scoreboard as the Pens take on their second opponent. And that will be a familiar one from the last week, and that is the Chicago Reapers. As the Pens visited Chicago last weekend and took on 3 Chicago teams, with the last of the 3 being these same Chicago Reapers, where they won 3-2 and 5-0 in a Max Dragosic shutout to close out the Chicago road trip. Final preparations underway here as 23 seconds remain on the countdown clock. Boys are gathering up the pucks in the net right now. So we will be set to begin here shortly. Thanks for joining us from Brunswick Auto Mart Arena outside of Cleveland, Ohio. Game coming up next. All right, so let's get the tail of the tape here. The Chicago Reapers come in against the 2015 Pens Elite. Pens Elite so far 1-0 on the showcase. I believe on the scoreboard, even though the boys are wearing the away whites, I believe they are the designated home team here. So going against the grain here on a Friday evening special. People back at home might be setting up for Friday Night Football, but we got a battle on the ice right here outside of Cleveland, Ohio in the 2-1-6 as our boys from the 4-1-2 go back and get this puck, and that is number 77, CJ Nenevisa. He wheels around, moves it up to playing the wing, Nico Stark. So it looks like the boys are going back to the 8-5, correction, the 9-5 split here, as the Pens are going to go with 9 forwards and 5 defensemen, changing it up from this morning, as number 14 is able to wheel around Grant Loya. Grant Loya knocks it off the stick of Seward, number 91, and Easton Borman, 74. He takes it back to center. He's got a head of steam. He's going to be sealed off right in front of the Reapers bench, though, as the puck's thrown back to the skates of Blake Paris, and he's pulled down. Pens going to have an early power play here. As manning this puck right now is Blake Paris. He lumbers down the left-hand wall. He stops up, still has it, tries to throw it out in front to a teammate. That's Brady Fritsch. He doesn't get through, though. It's still loose. Pens up 6-on-5 right now. Luca Thompson, the starting goaltender, number 33, is able to make his way to the bench. And that's where we will have our first whistle here with 13:54. We're going to go to our first power play of the game after number 25, Blake Paris, was pulled down. So, once again, the Pens have had a great deal of success so far today on the power play. We'll see if that continues here. That's number 14 is going to sit down for the Chicago Reapers. Power play unit on, number 93, Riker Ferguson. Number 25, Blake Paris. Number 45, Brooksy Gaworski. On the backside, number 9, Brady Fritchie. And number 14, Noah Welch. And the man between the pipes, as I said earlier, is number 33, Luca Thompson, starting in goal. Pens on the power play here as the official's arm goes up again. And that's going to be a short-lived power play, as we'll go to some 4-on-4 action. I may stand corrected here. It's actually going to be a call on the Reapers as 35. It's going to go for a cross-check. So 5-on-3 right now. Comes up, Riker Ferguson. He's stepping in for the draw. Turkey definitely on the table here. Golden opportunity for the boys in black and gold. Ferguson steps in for the draw. There's going to be a lot of time and space here Hopefully, as it's one over to Blake Paris. Power move to the net, still loose in front of the netminder. Gaworski's going to swing it around. He brings it back to the point man. He's going to possess. That's Noah Welch. He drops it down to Ferguson. Passed in front. Beautiful pass there to Blake Paris. Unable to get it away there as he had a stick put into him. Comes to the point man now. Grant Loy plays catch with Blake Paris. Paris walks off the wall. He brings it to his backhand. Comes through to Noah Welch. Welch has it. Pass attempt to Gaworski. Gaworski protects here in the near corner. Paris is going to go to the bench for a change. As walking off the wall is Gaworski. Grant Loy is going to walk down Wall Street, back door. Pass goes through everybody. Noah Welch is going to move this down below to Riker Ferguson. Pass in front, comes all the way through to Ferguson. Correction to Gaworski. Now finds the stick of Ferguson. Welch is going to have to pinch down here to try and keep this in. Goes all the way outside of the zone. Here's the Pens are making a change. As we're going to have a hooking call here. Kind of a ticky-tacky call on Mason Fritchie, who's going to sit down, and that's going to negate the Pens 5-on-3. So we'll play 4-on-4 right now. As Connor Wilson. He's going to lead the charge here as the Pens come in 4-on-3 right now. And as we still have one penalty on the board that's going to come off in 9 seconds to make this 4-on-4 before a power play coming up for the Reapers. But it's Ambrose Papuano. He walks through everybody. Shot taken. It's going to be under the equipment of the netminder, number 29, who had a strong game against this Pens elite team back when we played Sunday in Chicago. The venue has changed. The teams are the same here. So we're back to 4-on-4 action for the next 8 seconds before the Reapers have a power play of their own. But it's one back to Ambrose Papuano. He's got a lot of time here. Moves it down to Wilson. Wilson seam pass all the way through to Nenavisa. Got a man coming out of the box right now. So power play for the Reapers as the Pens are on the PK right now, as Coach Toby's yelling short, short, short from the bench to alert the boys that they are in fact short-handed. Pass comes all the way through to Nenavisa. Smartly moves it to the corner where Connor Wilson goes to work trying to get to this puck behind the net. 42 to go on the penalty to Mason Fritchie. Pens still possessing this puck in the offensive zone on the PK. Connor Wilson, though, loses the handle. Good play there by Easton Borman. He's going to block that pass attempt with his legs. As Easton Borman coming out on man possessed so far today. He's going to be knocked off the puck now as the Reapers are coming back to center. They come in 3-on-3. Puck handler delays. Number 21 shot. It's still loose in the crease. It's in the skates of Nenavisa. Still loose, still loose, still loose, still loose. Finally covered as an extra shot's taken by 21. Welch smartly's going to skate away there. Took a punch to the face. Skating away. Borman's going to skate away, and score remains 0-0. 3 seconds to go on the penalty call to Riker, or correction, to Mason Fritchie. Skate issue fixed here for Brady Fritchie. He's going to step on the ice. 11:16 to go in the first period. Borman's on for the jaw. We're back to even right now. Welch comes over to confront 91. Back to even strength as on the ice is Colt Davis, who stepped on for Mason Fritchie. It's his brother Brady Fritchie. Tries to work it up the half wall. 14th's going to come in. Shot taken. Goes off the outside of the post. Not a lot of real estate there to work with as Thompson stepped up confidently in his net. As Nico Stark, he wheels it into the offensive zone, throws it behind the net. Pinching down is going to be Brady Fritchie. Ferguson freshly on into center position. He's going to join the ruckus as well. Throwing up on the half wall. We're back to center. The puck does not get there as Nico Stark picks it up. It's going to be thrown and gloved down by the netminder, number 29. So Penn's able to kill off their first penalty of the day. And the score remains 0-0 with 10:29 to go in the first period from BAM! Brunswick Auto Mart Arena here on the West Rink for game number 2 of the showcase and the afternoon. Boys enjoyed some snacks in between games from the parking lot, but Riker Ferguson, he wants a snack of a goal Snaps a shot in on the netminder. Number 29, Riker Ferguson, gets that puck right back. Strongly protects against 10. He leaves it for Blake Paris. He muscles his way into the slot. Leaves it for Ferguson now. Ferguson throws it behind to Blake Paris. Guys have some good chemistry here on this shift. But it's knocked off the half wall back to center. It's going to be thrown all the way down the ice. Should be an icing call. And it is. With 9:53 to go in the first period. As the boys had that 2 o'clock matchup, they finished up a little after 3. Got some Quench into their system. By the way, thank you to Quench for donating some Quench water bottles and some Quench powder, some mix. They enjoyed that in between the games. As back to center comes number 7. He's going to try Brady Fritchie right now. Backdoor tap-in attempt doesn't get knocked home, but 21 just couldn't get good wood on that. Good hustle by Brady Fritchie to get back and recover on that play. 9:26 now to go in the first period. As 21's going to try and wheel it around Bingham Green. Over to force his man to the wall is Brady Fritchie. CJ Nanavisa gets a skate on it right now as he ties up his man. Puck's under the right skate in Nanavisa right now. He falls down. Now Brady Fritchie takes a cross check to the back. Correction, that's number 8, Connor Wilson, that took that cross check. Now he's the man that makes the play, creates the turnover. Comes all the way back into the face-off dot for the Pens, and that's Brady Fritchie moves it to CJ Nanavisa. Fans on the clearing attempt. Still in the Pen zone here as Bingham Green's going to throw it in an attempted pass to Connor Wilson. Goes all the way down the ice. And we got an icing call with 8:40 to go in the first period. As Ambrose Papuano is going to be paired here with Noah Welch. Stark on the left wing. Davis on the right. Easton Borman at the center position. And he's going to step in to take this draw against number 14 in black, red, and gray for the Reapers. Officials seem to have better control of this game than earlier today. As Colt Davis tries an exit pass, it's picked off by 14. He's going to walk in on the slot, snaps in, a shot goes wide of the net. Number 3 has behind the net. Welch is going to chip this now to Papuano. Papuano up to Stark, and the boys are heading out of the zone here on the transition. Stark leaves it for Borman. Borman's going to move this along now as Welch is going to try and pinch off to seal his man in the zone. Borman's going to try to win this foot race, and he does. Easton Borman battles off 91 to get back to this puck from his center position. Moves it up to Stark now. Knocked off number 7's blade, and back into the Pens offensive zone are the Reapers. Headman pass deflects off the stick blade of 91. Ambrose Papuano collects, uses his skating to escape. Skates through center, going to move it into space. Pens are changing a couple bodies. Blake Paris, he gets in there. As it now comes back to Noah Welch. Noah Welch throws it off the boards. It's thrown off the red line, or off the Pens bench there. As stepping on, Nanavisa is going to force his man to the wall. 17's going to walk off. Backhand goes off the equipment of Noah Welch. And back to center comes number 45. Brooks Jaworski moves it left wing to Blake Paris. Snaps it in on net. Glove down by 29. No rebound. 7:07 to go in the first period as we are at the halfway point of game number 2 between the Chicago Reapers and your 2015 Pittsburgh Penguins Elite. Both sides have had some special teams opportunities. Power plays to each side. It's Riker Ferguson stepping in for the draw. He's going to snap this forward, but thrown behind the net to the Reapers as they exit back to center. Man falls down, and Nanavisa comes to confront him, chips it off the wall. It's on his stick blade again. He turns into the corner, but number 13 is able to peel that puck off. Riker Ferguson recovers, moves it to Loya. Loya is going to skate behind netminder number 33, Luca Thompson, as he's pressured by 17 Cloherty. Nanavisa on his backhand moves it to Jaworski, but ahead of the play was the aforementioned number 17 Cloherty. So offsides is the call. Neutral zone faceoff coming up just outside of the Pens D zone. 6:30 to go right now from BAM! Brunswick Automart Arena. I don't know if it's called BAM or not, but we're going to go with that. As Riker Ferguson goes onto the bench, Connor Wilson's going to step on for this draw, flanked by Fritchie and Bingham Green. Mason Fritchie on his backhand moves it to Bingham Green, up to Connor Wilson. Connor Wilson had a steam. Drop pass to Mason Fritchie, backdoor pass attempt to Bingham Green, who's in the high slot. Can't get a shot away. Connor Wilson gets it. He's got Green going to the net. Connor Wilson, he peels off. He leaves it for Bingham Green, snapped off the blocker of netminder 29, or off the glove hand. Left hand catching netminder as Connor Wilson has it. He's pulled down. He hits the deck. On to help out is Mason Fritchie. It's going to come back to center as foot race here as Brady Fritchie is going to call off Welch, gets to this puck. And he headmans it for Bingham Green. He's going to turn and go to the bench. Mason Fritchie stays on to forecheck. Nearly creates a turnover as keeping in the zone is going to be Colt Davis. He is ahead of steam, freshly off the bench. Colt Davis walks in. Backdoor pass doesn't get through. He had Fritchie for a tap-in backdoor. Connor Wilson, long shift for him, but he's still looking strong. Snaps in a shot. It's on the ice looking for Mason Fritchie for the tap-in. Goes wide of the net now as back to center come the Reapers. Stepping up into this play is 37, Ambrose Papuano. He's got a lane. He's going to take it. Ambrose Papuano, he bounces outside. He's high in the zone. He's waiting for some reinforcements. He's going to wheel it right back down. Unfortunately, came out of the zone before wheeling it right back down. So 5:10 to go in the first period. Your Pens Elite still tied here 0-0 with the Chicago Reapers. So wherever you're tuning in from, whether it's Western Pennsylvania, anywhere in Pennsylvania, I know I heard some family members down south are tuning in right now. Thanks for supporting the boys, no matter where you may be in Pennsylvania, North America, or beyond. As we have a 0-0 contest as we reach the 5-minute mark as Easton Borman battles along the wall. He's joined by Colt Davis. 14 chips it around, Easton Borman. And it goes under the stick of Stark as 91. He's going to skate it back into the Pens D zone. Long shot, right pad save by Thompson. Moves it to the corner. Reloya confronts 14. 14 tries to work it around Borman, then pulls down the skates of Borman. Borman recovers, able to chip this up to Stark. Stark works around his man. In on the forechecker. Both of these guys, some offense here. May come out of some good pressure. As behind the net, it is now Brooksy Gaworski. He's looking for a passing lane. Tries to shoot it off the back of the goalie. Instead comes behind the net where Borman seals off his man. Pens are going to change a couple of bodies here. Nico Stark's going to skate to the bench. As it's behind the net, it's chipped up into the air. It's going to be rolled as a high stick. It looked like that was more knee height than... it may have popped up there. Not sure. 4:09 to go in the first period. Offensive zone faceoff coming up. Riker Ferguson steps on for this draw. And it's going to be shot all the way down the Pens ice. And it is an icing. We'll do the same thing all over again. 200 feet away with 3:59 now on that first period clock. Ferguson steps in for this faceoff now, flanked by Paris and Gaworski. Backside, Brady Fritchie, and number 77, CJ Nenavisa. As the official gets the centerman set here. 10 and Ferguson battle for this, and the Reapers going to win that battle. 33 is going to try Nenavisa on the outside. Nenavisa is going to force him to the corner. Over to help out is the centerman, Riker Ferguson. Ferguson walks up here on the half wall, a little bit behind Gaworski. Ferguson follows on to get to that pass himself. Brady Fritchie now walks into the Pens offensive zone. High in the zone, it's Brooks Gaworski. He's going to take it out of the zone now to CJ Nenavisa. Nenavisa up to Blake Parrish, right back in on the attack from the Pens Elite, the boys in white today. As Blake Parrish stops up at the circle. Knocked off of his stick blade, and it comes back into the neutral zone, regrouping. On his backhand, CJ Nenavisa goes D-to-D to Brady Fritchie. Fritchie tries to hit the center, Riker Ferguson. It's in the skates of 17. Dumps it right back in behind Luka Thompson, where 77 CJ Nenavisa goes back to collect. Has his skates taken out. He tries to give it back to 13, who's sealing off number 93, Riker Ferguson. On to help out is Nenavisa. As a man hits the deck, it's shot off the back of the net. 13 tries to hit a man in front. He had 21 flashing there for a second. Smart play there by Brady Fritchie. Strong play now as he takes a couple of sticks. Still has a stick in his midsection, but moves it up to 45. Brooksy Gaworski. Here comes Gaworski. He's bouncing out on the right side. Still has this. Pens are changing the troops behind the play. He's got a couple guys going to the net. He tries to hit one of them, but just goes beyond the reach of Blake Paris. He had backdoor. Connor Wilson was looking for a juicy rebound. Just none there with 2:22 to go in the first period. So on to take this draw is number 8, Connor Wilson. It's going to be one back. Welch has it. He's going to snap it over to Ambrose Papuano. Papuano moves it down the corner. Wilson plays catch with Papuano. Papuano has it to the point. He's going to go D to D to Noah Welch. He's going to try to put it into the soft area. It goes to Big and Breen. Shot in on net. Rebound collected by Connor Wilson. He's pulled down. As the puck's here loose, high in the slot. Backdoor pass attempt to Connor Wilson. Can't get a good shot off there. Connor Wilson has it now. He's going to bring it out. He goes high to Welch. Welch is going to bring it to the center of the ice. He plays catch to Wilson. Wilson tried to move it back to Papuano. Just going to be picked off there by 21 as back in on the attack comes number 44. Welch comes over to play his man. Good save there by Luka Thompson. As Ambrose Papuano has it on the half wall. He's going to throw it through the legs of Welch. Welch is going to have to come over. Papuano to his backhand as Bingham Green's knocked down. 55 throws it behind the net. Still in the skates of a couple of Pens guys. And up off the wall to Mason Fritchie. He's going to try and chip it out of danger, and he does. Good play there by Mason to get it out of the zone. As the Pens are looking to get a change here, it's thrown back into the Pens D zone. Papuano is going to send it up out of the zone. Offsides where the Reapers said to wait till a couple bodies get on. Welch is going to challenge his man, Easton Borman, looking fresh right now. He's going to get the train moving up the ice with 51 to go in the first period. Easton Borman bounces it outside. He's got a man going to the net, decides to shoot the puck, it goes wide of the net. As Nico Stark is able to keep it high in the zone. Still in the zone there. Good play from number 7. As 44 brings it back, he has a man ahead of the play. It was 21. Offsides is the call with 31 even to go in the first period. Neutral zone faceoff coming up. As number 74 definitely has been a noticeable force so far. He's got a lot of energy. And that same 74, Easton Borman, stepping in for this faceoff. Tries to win it back. Deflects off his skate. And it goes off of a couple of bodies and sent all the way back down into the Pens offensive zone. We are 20 seconds to go in the first period now. Thrown back all the way down the ice as they're going to wave off the icing call. CJ Navisa goes back to collects. 10 seconds remaining in the period. Sends it up to Nico Stark on the half wall, trying to get out of the zone. Does. He works it back to Easton Borman. Hits Grant Loya. 3 seconds left. Pens are not going to get a shot off here, as we're going to end the first period with a tie game, 0-0. We'll be back for period number 2 between the Chicago Reapers and your 2015 Pittsburgh Penguins Elite from the 216 Showcase here outside of Cleveland, Ohio.
Are you cold?
It's that icy too.
Yeah, that icy's not going to make you very warm.
All right, period 2 set to begin from the Brunswick Automart Arena. As stepping in for this face-off to start the second period will be the Ferguson, Gaworski, Paris Brady Fritchie and number 14, Noah Welch. 91's going to try to work around Welch and separated from the puck here by Brooks Gaworski, 45. He's going to bring it back to the Pens offensive zone. He hits Riker Ferguson for this pass. Stick put into him by D. Pasquale. As we're here at center red, as Welch tries to hit Ferguson with this draw, or with that pass, but it's picked up by number 3 on his backhand. Papa Nicholas, that's a good hockey name. Number 3 brings it back to Noah Welch. Welch is going to send it D to D over to Brady Fritchie. Pens right back on the attack. Riker Ferguson hits him in stride. It's going to be gloved down, but loses the handle, does number 29. Connor Wilson hops off the bench, kept in nicely by Ambrose Papuano. He's walking down Wall Street right now, has his pocket picked by 91. Reapers have number. They come in 2-on-1 right now. Brady Fritchie's back. He dives for this puck. Backdoor pass comes to the tape of number 14. He's going to put in that rebound. And it's going to be a 1-0 game for the Chicago Reapers with 13:59 as the long shot attempt kicked out to an open man. That was number 14. Just looking down here at the monitor as I'm watching the same YouTube screen to get a little bit of an instant replay. It looked like it kicked out. Sharp angle shot from 14. And he puts it into the 4x6. 1-0 Chicago Reapers right now as 44. Brings it back into the Pens D zone. It's going to be gloved down right now by Luka Thompson to settle things down for a defensive zone faceoff. 13:51 to go. So 1-0 score here for that goal from number 14 for the Reapers. As Grant Loya, he tries to collect it behind his own net now. He's going to reverse things back to CJ Nenevisa. Nenevisa on his backhand moves it up to Bingham Green, just beyond his reach. As Mason Fritchie's in on the attack right now. He tries to forecheck number 88. Joining him on this is number 8, Connor Wilson. Goes to CJ Nenevisa. Picking this puck up is number 8, Connor Wilson. He's going to bounce outside around 55. Shot taken. Goes wide of the net. Over to keep it in the zone is CJ Nenevisa. Moves it on the half wall to Mason Fritchie. Fritchie tries a backdoor pass. Kicks off of a player all the way back to Grant Loy. Throws it into a soft spot where Mason Fritchie now picks it up. He has it high in the zone. Mason Fritchie. He's going to walk down. He's going to snap a shot. Nearly puts it in. Glove down there at the last second by 29. As the C's parted for number 4. And he stepped into that opening and snapped a shot in. Good save there by netminder 29. No rebound. 12:59 now to go in the period number 2. Borman's going to step on for the faceoff. He goes forward with it as he gets his own faceoff. He throws it behind as Colt Davis tries to hustle up to get it and kept in nicely by Brady Fritchie. Comes to the far corner now where Nico Stark, he battles with 2. He's going to win that battle. Easton Borman picks up the puck. He's knocked off by number 10. Strong play by Kim. As he's coming in, he's got a head of steam. He's going to try Brady Fritchie. He's able to work around Fritchie momentarily. Fritchie recovers. Good play by number 9, Brady Fritchie, to force his man to the wall. As it's thrown here to Noah Welch, is going to pick it up. He's going to skate it up now. As he hits Nico Stark. Stark's now going to put it into the near corner and go to work here on his man. Takes 2 guys now as Colt Davis. Stark takes a cross check to the back. Borman now wins this. Goes to Brady Fritchie. Has it top of the circle. He's going to walk down. Snapped in. Rebound. Found by Easton Borman. Still loose. As it's now picked up high in the zone here. As Welch is going to try and throw it to his D partner. Just soft on that backhand though. As Brady Fritchie, he's got Brooks Gaworski up ahead. He's going to hit Gaworski. Gaworski's going to try and dance around. Brady Fritchie still on here. He walks down. Brady Fritchie still has possession of this puck. He surveys the scene. He looks. Snaps it down, but knocked down by the equipment of number 1. Blake Paris, headman pass attempt for Brooks Gaworski. Riker Ferguson, he walks in, snapped off the equipment, loose in front, comes all the way out to Ambrose Papuano. He takes a shot, deflects wide of the net, went off the stick blade of 25 Blake Paris. Gaworski now has it. He's high in the zone. And snap back through the neutral zone, back into the Pens D zone where 45 Brooks Gaworski, he comes back from his winger position to collect this puck. Moves it to Ambrose Papuano, centering pass attempt. Nice pass there in stride to 93 Riker Ferguson. 10:51 now to go in the second period. Pens trailing by 1. Score 1-0 Reapers right now. Ferguson, he's going to be knocked off the puck. 14 goes behind the net to number 8, Sears. Snapped up through the neutral zone, picked up by 43 Grant Loya. Loya throws it into the Pens offensive zone. Here comes the forechecker. That's 25 Blake Paris now. Picked up behind the net by Connor Wilson. He's pulled down. Comes right back to Connor Wilson as he tried to float it through the soft spot. Deflects off the right shin guard to Brady Fritchie and back to his brother. Correction. Off of Mason Fritchie to Brady Fritchie. And on the attack was Connor Wilson as they're calling for that pass in front. Doesn't connect though. Brady Fritchie has to hustle back for this puck as 14 is harassing him. Nice little pullback move on his part. As it's brought out of the zone, nope, they're going to say it's back. It was in the zone, onside play. Snapped in on net by 91. As over on the half wall, it is number 19, Bingham Green. Walks back to center, hits Connor Wilson in stride. Wilson has it on his backhand. He's going to try 8. Centering pass attempt doesn't get through. It's 35 D Pasquale picks it off. Nanavisa comes over to try and separate 91. He chips it around him. Fritchie's back. 91 walks in. Had netminder crisscross there. Mooses the net. As good play there from Brady Fritchie. Strongly brings it back. He lumbers it back. Eventually gets to Bingham Green, number 19. Tries to move it to Mason Fritchie. He's all alone in front. Backhanded wide of the net. Wilson now has it. He's got Fritchie in front. Hits Fritchie with the pass. Fritchie stops up. Delays. Oh, goes through the equipment off the left post. Right behind netminder number 29 who's going to cover it. So flurry of offense there late in the shift for Connor Wilson and Mason Fritchie. Almost made it a 1-1 game as Big Ben strikes one to the left side of netminder number 29. Easton Borman gets the boys set up here. He's flanked by Colt Davis and Nico Stark. He wins it back to Nico Stark. Stark's going to move it to Welch. Welch is going to try and backhand this further. As we're back in the neutral zone. Going to go D to D over to Ambrose Papuano. As Nico Stark comes over to pressure his man. And it comes to the stick of Ambrose Papuano. He's going to skate things in himself. Leads the charge. Is coming in 1-on-2. Snaps a shot. Rebound sitting there. Juicy rebound. Nico Stark tries to snap it home. Comes behind the net where number 7 is going to start the breakout here. Welch steps up to break this up. As Welch is able to keep this in the zone. And he's going to come over to pressure number 7. It's going to be snapped high up off the glass. Comes to the stick of Nico Stark high in the zone. Goes into the equipment of Stark as Colt Davis is trying to get it out of the zone now. Has Stark up ahead. Stark finds us. He's coming in 1-on-1. Long shot, end of the shift. Left pad save for 29. As Easton Borman in on the forecheck right now. He's going to win that battle, but he's pulled down too. Over here on the half wall, Blake Paris gets over there. Good work there by Easton Borman to create all this. Coming in on front is Brooksy Gaworski. Hits the post, still loose, high in the crease. Kept in nicely now. On his knees by CJ Nanavisa. The Pens have something going. Gaworski to Paris. Back to Gaworski. He comes in through the faceoff dot. Leaves it, tried to hit Riker Ferguson in front. Nanavisa hustles over there, unable to keep it in the zone though. It goes D to D. The Pens are right back in on the attack as 43 Grant Loy is going to throw it beyond the reach of Brooks Gaworski. And a high stick on the puck here. It's going to be knocked down by a Penn stick. So, and then Riker Ferguson gets tied up there. He hits the deck. Blake Paris, he uses his free hand to protect himself as he lumbers back through center. Pens have numbers 3-on-2. He stays on side. He's got Gaworski going. Hits the high man. Riker Ferguson. Rebound kicks out high in the slot. Ferguson tries to get to that puck. Pens are going to retreat now as number 2 is going to try Grant Loya. Good pace action here in the second period as we approach the midpoint. 6:46 to go. As behind the net, number 2 wheels behind Thompson. He's pinned to the wall now by number 43, Grant Loya. 10, Kim over to collect. His centering pass attempt gets through a couple of legs. It's in the legs right now. It goes behind the net. After it got tied up in some skates, Nanavisa tries to work it up to Blake Paris, and he does. Gets it out of the zone. As Gaworski tries to create a turnover. As it comes back to 43, Grant Loya. Trying to get his feet moving right now. 6:15 to go in the second. He's going to chip it deep. As the Pens going to change their troops here to get all 5 guys on the ice. Is number 2. He's going to try and hit a headman, and it's going to go the length of the ice. Pens going to benefit here as it goes down for an icing. So 6:02, offensive zone faceoff coming up to the left of netminder number 29, Poppelmayer. Here in the 216 showcase from outside of Cleveland. Connor Wilson steps on for the draw. It's going to be won by the Reapers, though. Throws it behind the net. And off the wall, comes back all the way into the pen zone. Brady Fritchie. Gets some speed here out of the zone. Loses the handle of the puck, though. As Welch is going to come over and pick up this puck. He has it behind the net. He's going to throw it up to Mason Fritchie. And back below the goal line, where Welch is going to try and move this further along. He reverses it nicely back to Connor Wilson. Wilson now has a man up ahead. It's Mason Fritchie. Wilson decides to carry the puck himself. Now he moves it ahead to Bingham Green. 3-on-2 develops here. Thrown behind Connor Wilson, though. As the Pens D were going for a change, they're going to stay on. Caught up here right on the blue line. As Mason Fritchie walks in, he's got Connor Wilson going to the net. Wilson still has this puck. He picks it up. Connor Wilson didn't give up on the play. Mason Fritchie brought it down the wall. Didn't give up. Good effort there from 4 and 8. And before you know it, it's a 1-1 game here with 5:02 remaining in the second period. Connor Wilson tucks in the feed from number 4, Mason Fritchie. Went off the left elbow of netminder number 29, and Connor Wilson tucks it in. So it's a 1-1 game here from the Brunswick Auto Mart Arena outside of Cleveland, Ohio. Grant Loya, number 43. He's got some moves right now as he throws a pass. It was just in the skates of 74 Easton Borman. He muscles into 7, does Grant Loya. Comes to Ambrose Papuano. Papuano up to Nico Stark. Stark, headman pass for Colt Davis. Got some speed. He bounces outside, tries a spin move. Loses an edge as Borman goes back to retrieve the puck here at neutral. Grant Loya goes off the skate again of the right skate, this time of Easton Borman. Offsides is the call as the Reapers had a man ahead of the play. 4:23 to go. Neutral zone faceoff coming up. Connor Wilson gets the goal to even things up here as Mason Fritchie fought to keep that in the offensive zone at the blue line, able to kick it down the wall before creating some space and finding Connor Wilson in that soft spot in the high slot. But Colt Davis looking for more as he moves it to Easton Borman. 55 is going to stop him up, I should say, as 7. He's going to skate around Colt Davis now. Reapers have numbers. 3-on-2 develops. 7 decides to keep this as they crisscross. Shot high off the glove. Going down to make that save was 33, Luka Thompson, to keep things 1-1. Easton Borman takes a hip check there from 55. That's a good hustle there. It's a second hip check at 55. Price tried to throw in, but in the words of Happy Gilmore, the price was wrong on that one, Bob. We'll see if the Pens can tap it in here on the power play. As 93 steps in for the faceoff. That's Riker Ferguson. He goes forward with it. Corcoran, who threw his body around in Chicago, tries to clear the puck. It's picked off by 45, Brooksy Gaworski. That's an interference call right on cue. Number 1's going to go to the box. As the scouting report was accurate. As he threw elbow, high stick, forearm shiver up into the Penguin player. And it's a 5-on-3. Turkey on the table once again for the Pens Elite. As the power play unit will be Fergie, Gaworski, Paris, Nenavisa, and Brady Fritchie. It's going to be one forward now. 14's going to try and clear this puck. It's on his backhand. Nice play by 14 to protect that puck. Picked up by Brady Fritchie. Good keep up from Brady Fritchie. Moves it to Gaworski. Got a man high. It's Blake Paris. Almost said Brady Paris there for a second. Who may be watching this broadcast right now on Cine TV. As his brother's on the power play looking for one himself. Gaworski goes all the way through. Comes to Blake Paris. Has his shot not get through as trying to get to this puck is number 25, Blake Paris. He curls around high in the zone. Protects it with his free hand. Centering pass attempt. And it goes into the net. Brooksy Gaworski. Tic-tac-toe. Off the backside of Ferguson to the tape of Gaworski. And that's a PPG for PPE. And the penalty to Price proves costly as the Pens have a 2-1 game here. But they're looking for more as they're still on the power play for the next 49 seconds. 2:52 to go in the second period. Connor Wilson goes forward on this draw. As on to get this puck is number 4, Mason Fritchie. Mason Fritchie wins that battle. He goes all the way through, comes high to Welch. Welch has this puck, tees up a slap shot, deflects in on net. Connor Wilson thought about trying to Michigan there for a second as they go high to the point man. They go to Ambrose Papawana. He tries a spin move. He's going to walk down the wall. He's going to change with Connor Wilson. Wilson still has this puck. He walks down, slap shot taken, glove down, still loose. Rebound comes all the way out as number 7's going to try and chip this around. Brady Fritchie's going to try to protect the puck as back into the neutral zone. The puck does not reach there, so Bingham Green's going to try and chip it up out of the zone. And it goes into the Reapers bench with 2 to go on the Pens power play. Flurry of activity there on netminder number 29. He's missing a couple straps right now from his left glove. As the Pens have been working that glove side. Just I can see a strap here dangling right in front of me from that netminder number 29. Pens change up the troops here. As late in the second period, now under 2 to go. 2-1 the score in favor of the boys in white from the 4-1-2. Or 7-2-4. Or whatever the area code may be in your jurisdiction. But back in on the attack are the Reapers. But Grant Loy makes a nice play here on the half wall. Loses the handle, though, as 13 now has it. It's going to be shot wide of the net. Over to collect this puck is 77 CJ Nenavisa. He's going to man up ahead of the play. Tries to hit him. That was Nico Stark. Doesn't get through, though. Easton Borman continues his strong effort this afternoon as he brings it back into the Pens offensive zone. He has it on his backhand. Protects with his free hand. He's got a man go to the net with Nico Stark just in front of his reach as he almost had a tap in there. Colt Davis tries to keep it in the zone and does as he moves it to Nico Stark. Shot in off the stick blade of 88. As he gathers it up, throws it back into neutral. Grant Loy picks it up. Curls back into his own zone for momentarily. Tape-to-tape pass with Blake Paris. But a little bit behind Colt Davis as stepping up is Grant Loya. He takes a stick, and it comes all the way through to Blake Paris, just over the bar. As Blake Paris was looking for more. 88 battles on with Borman. Number 10, Kim's going to bring it back. The Reapers are coming back 2-on-2 right now as 10 is going to try to work around Welch as we have 39 to go. Loose puck picked up by Brady Fritchie. Skates pulled out from him. And it comes back here to the Pens D zone where Noah Welch picks it up. A lot of bodies in front of the Reapers bench, deflects off of one of them. Ferguson dances around. He's got a man up ahead of the play. It's Blake Paris. Blake Paris bounces it outside. Stick lifted by 14 as he's coming back to center now. 91's going to try and work around Welch. Forced off of a body. It's in on front of the net right now, still loose. Good save there by Luka Thompson with 4 to go. Pens are going to get this out of the zone, and that's where things are going to end here from period number 2 from the Brunswick Auto Mart Arena. From the 2-1-6 showcase. Thanks for joining us so far. We'll be back with third period action here on Cine TV, Pens Elite TV, in a few moments. All right, play set to resume here. Third period action almost underway. And would it really be Penguin hockey if it wasn't a 1-goal game? That's been how it's going. As stepping in for this opening third period faceoff is going to be number 8, Connor Wilson. He'll be flanked by Mason Fritchie. And the man he's giving some instructions to, that's number 19, that's Bingham Green. On the backside, Nenevisa and Loya. Puck's going to be won forward by Bingham Green. Leaves it for Connor Wilson. Seam pass as he tries to work it over to Mason Fritchie. Doesn't hit home, though. On the half wall is 91. He's going to try and work it along. Connor Wilson muscles his man off the puck. It's still in the skates of Mason Fritchie here on the half wall. Forced back high in the zone. Number 3, Papa Nicholas. Tries to move it along, but it's Grant Loy that collects. He regroups right now into the neutral zone. Has it on his backhand. He protects. He's going to wheel a top of the circle shot. Blocker saved down by number 29. Loy tries to follow it along and moves it up off the half wall. Stepping into this puck is Connor Wilson. Tries to move it along for Bingham Green, who is covering the point. It's Connor Wilson now that wheels it right back into the offensive zone. 14-13 to go in the third period. 2-1 the score. Pens lead the Reapers. Connor Wilson got a man in front. Bingham Green tries to deflect it home. Nobody home, though. As the Reapers are going to put it off the wall, Noah Welch now is going to snap it high right back into neutral as the Pens are going to change their forward grouping. Number 88, pressure to the wall by Nico Stark. Also following along is Nenevisa. 88 gets around him. Snapped off the mask. Good save there as it's on the right pad. Got bodies diving in front. It's still loose. Pens diving in front there to help out Thompson. But Luka Thompson stays strong to keep it out of the back of the net at 2-1 game. Went off the top of the mask of Thompson, deflected in behind him, was able to find that puck before it crossed the red line. So it's going to remain a 2-1 game. Borman steps in for this faceoff. On with him is Stark and Davis. Won by the Reapers. Goes back to the point man, 35. On to pressure him is Colt Davis. Brady Fritchie, he steps up into this puck as he works around 35. Brady Fritchie's got a head of steam. He's got a backdoor trailer. It's Nico Stark. Goes to Stark. And he hits the back of the net. Beautiful setup there from Fritchie to Stark for goal number 3 for the goal for PPE. 13-23. Brady Fritchie came through with a head of steam. Danced right around the defender, 35. And hit the trailer. The man going to the net, which was Nico Stark, playing wing today. And he tapped it in behind netminder 21. It's a 3-1 game. 13-22 now to go in the third period. As it deflects off the shin guard of Stark back into the Pens D zone. Brady Fritchie with the primary assist there. 13's going to read the play. He steps up. But Easton Borman follows on. It's on the half wall. Kim tries to work it further. Easton Borman strips the puck right off of him. Comes back to center as it's brought into the offensive zone by 17. Correction, by 11. That's Colt Davis. Pens are changing their D behind the play, though, as Davis was trying to hit the point man. It's going to become an outlet pass for 10. 10's going to try and work around Loya. Loses the handle momentarily. 10 tucks it behind the net, where Ambrose Papuano tries to move it, but it's picked up by 13. Deflects off a couple of guys. Back to 11. Colt Davis, he dances around a guy. He's got Stark going to the net again. Nico Stark! Big Ben strikes two! Second goal in the last minute for number 7. A carbon copy of the last one. Nico Stark goes top shelf over netminder number 29. Off the feed from number 11, Colt Davis. But just to bring it back to Luka Thompson, who was able to find that puck earlier whenever it bounced off his mask to keep it out of the net. That kept it 2-1 before the Nico Stark double attack, the back-to-back goals from the Pens winger slash defender slash Swiss Army knife, Nico Stark. As collecting this now is number 37, Ambrose Papuano. Tries to move it long. It's going to be Grant Loy that picks it up. He swings it around his man. He swings it around 3. Grant Loy looks like a man possessed now as he enters the offensive zone. He's coming in. He's got a trailer. It's the high man goes off of his skates. That was Riker Ferguson. As 91's in a foot race now with Ambrose Papuano. He's in all by himself. Goes through the 5-hole of Thompson and in the back of the net. And it's going to be a 4-2 game. Just as the Pens were taking control here, the Reapers are able to create a turnover and bring it back the other way. And it's a 4-2 game to keep things interesting here. Thanks again for joining us here. If you're watching live on Cine TV, I can see that there's 20-some people watching right now. Thanks for tuning in. Live from the Brunswick Auto Mart Arena. 4-2's the score right now. 11:38 to go in the third period. Riker Ferguson, the puck carrier. As a Reaper player goes down right now, number 2, he appears to be shaken up. He gets to his feet as his teammate tries to work it up the half wall. Picked up by the point man. That's Brady Fritchie. Deflected in on net. Still loose. Goalie decided to play that one. As it's brought back to center red by 21. He's going to try Nenavisa. 44 shoots it in. Goes wide of the net. Over to get to this puck is number 9, Brady Fritchie. Has it behind the net. Puts it off the wall to 25. Blake Paris has it on the half wall now. He's going to head man pass. He's trying to look for Brooks Gaworski. He's run into, but back on the back check is Brooks Gaworski. Nenavisa. Nice stick into 7. As good defensive play by Mason Fritchie. He's able to find that loose laundry. As he leaves it 4 high in the zone, it's Connor Wilson. Dangerous area there. He's able to get it out of the top of the zone, but not very long. As back to center come the Reapers. Good back check there by Mason Fritchie to create another turnover. Got a penalty coming up as he took a stick up in the midsection as the hooking call comes up on the Chicago Reapers. And the Pens are going to go right back to the power play with 10:28 to go. As hooking's the call. And 44 is going to go into the box for the next minute 30. Connor Wilson's on with the task of winning this draw. He's barking out orders right now to his line mates. That's Fritchie and Green. It's going to be one over to Mason Fritchie on his backhand. Works it high to Ambrose Papuano. Plays catch with Mason Fritchie. Fritchie's going to walk off the wall. Snapshot. Deflects in on the netminder. Covered up there by 29. Had to be strong there as the Sharks were out looking for a rebound to tuck in. Keeps it a 4-2 game. 1:17 to go on the Pens power play. 10:15 to go in the third period. Same personnel for the Pens. Reapers going to change up one of their skaters as it's one back high in the zone. Welch is going to chip this over to Papuano. Papuano tries to put this further as it's on the stick of Bingham Green. Trips over a stick, though, as the Reapers going to come back to center. And is sealed off nicely as Ambrose Papuano, he gets the motor going himself. He's going to man in the center That's Bingham Green. Green up to Wilson. Wilson has it on his backhand. Forehand. Big pad save there by the netminder. Goes behind the net. Comes all the way out to Papuano. He snaps it in. It's blocked down as it's picked up by Bingham Green. 43 to go on the power play. Connor Wilson, he's stripped down. Mason Fritchie's trying to get to this puck now. As it's going to be 35. Felt that stick, I think, come up, clamp down on it, and Mason Fritchie's going to go to the penalty box here for a hook. So we'll be at 4-on-4 action right now. As back into the Pens defensive zone, it's thrown in here to the far corner where Grant Loya hustles over to get to this puck. He snaps it up off the wall. Borman tries to chip it ahead. It comes right back to the stick of Grant Loya. Pens going to be shorthanded here momentarily. Snapped in by Grant Loya, goes behind the net. Nico Stark almost tucks it in for his third of the game. Good, smart, heady play there by number 7, the left-handed skater, Nico Stark. As it's thrown up into the skates of Borman. I think he may have stepped on the puck there and fell down. It's Papaniklas, number 3, brings it in, but ahead of the play was 91. Offsides is the call. Neutral zone face-off coming up. As the Pens were sneaking away with a 4-1 lead off of those 2 Nico Stark goals in the third period at the start before the Reapers came down to make it interesting. They're on the power play now, are these same Reapers. 43 to go on the penalty call to Mason Fritchie. His brother, Brady Fritchie, puts it off of a Penguin on the bench. So it'll be a defensive zone draw now. Unfortunate break for the boys in white today. As Brady Fritchie, he curls around, makes 2 guys miss. He's going to be the instant penalty killer here as he gets the breakout going. Davis stops up high in the zone, though, tried to hit somebody as the Pens are on the PK here. So it's going to be a turnover here to the Reapers, who come right back in on the attack with 19 to go on the penalty. Welch comes over to pressure his guy. Comes to the stick of Davis, unable to get it out of the zone, though. 7's going to peel behind the net. Welch comes over. Creates a turnover. It goes off the stick of Davis, thrown right back into the Pens D zone. 91 now has behind the net. Welch gets a stick on that, deflects behind the net. Klimko, 7. We're back to even right now. Comes to the point man, number 35. It's going to be thrown in on net. Flex off of a stick of 7. Good save there by Luka Thompson to find that puck. Connor Wilson, he leads the attack. He comes in 1-on-4 right now. Connor Wilson snaps it down, goes behind the net. Lofty rebound there that goes off the end boards as pinching down is Grant Loya, number 43. Thrown behind the net. Now with 7:30, midpoint of the third period, 4-2 the score. Thrown back into the neutral zone, picked up by Brooksy Gaworski. And first forced further along by Brooks. He's able to stick with it and find that puck. He tries a dance move around the skates or through the skates at 35. Just can't get through. Blake Parris on to help out. Gets it to Gaworski. Gaworski knocks his man to the ground. Gaworski walks in, tries to snap it back to the point man. That's Grant Loya. Grant Loya, he's got lots of time here. Snapped in on net. Deflects off the stick of number 7. Grant Loya puts it in the back of the net. It's a 5-2 game here. Good look, low to high. Gaworski goes back to Grant Loya. Had all kinds of time. He snapped a high shot. 7 tried to knock it down. And it goes into the back of the Reapers net with 7:01 now to go in the third period. 5-2 the score. Ambrose Papuano hustles to get to this puck. He snaps it back into the neutral zone. Moving it ahead is Riker Ferguson. Gaworski bounces off a hit there. Centering pass attempt. Doesn't get through. 6:42 now to go in the third. On the half wall or a couple of bodies, it comes all the way back out to the point man. That's Ambrose Papuano trying to keep it in. Pens are going to change one of their players behind the play. It's a defenseman. It's Loya. He's going to switch with Nenavisa. Back to get this puck, though, is 93, Riker Ferguson. He uses Nenavisa as he goes to him. Nenavisa on his forehand up to Gaworski. Right back to the stick blade of CJ Nenavisa, who curls back to the wall. He's able to get it out of the zone as Corker, number 1, had dropped the stick. 6:13 now to go in the third. Back to center is number 17. Two Pens collide. It's Fritchie and Paris. Allows 10 to enter the zone. Snapped in high, just over the bar. Had a lot of velocity on that shot from number 10, Kim. It's behind the net. Picked up by Brady Fritchie, number 9. He's going to skate it out of danger. He's got some daylight. He's going to take it. He's got Borman going with him. Unable to move it along further. No, back to center. Stark in a comfortable position as he's manning the backside. He comes over to pursue 10. Throws it behind the net as Brady Fritchie knocks it off the wall. He's trying to hit Stark up ahead. He's going to go back to his winger position. He's got Easton Borman. Moved along further, but back in on the attacks, number 10. As he's going to try Nenavisa, and Nenavisa ties his man up here. And it comes right to the stick of Noah Welch. Welch is going to headman this up to Nico Stark. Stark peels back, goes to Papuano. Papuano tries to hit Easton Borman, goes on beyond his reach. Icing's going to be waved off. Not enough mustard on that one. As the Reapers going to try and stretch the play. They have a couple of players up ahead. Penn's defense shuts things down, doesn't let them go through. It's Papuano. And Welch are back right now on 14. 14 is going to try a curl move, goes through the legs of Welch. Snapped in. Good save there by Luca Thompson to settle things down. Ambrose Papuano is going to man up ahead. It's Nico Stark. Just goes beyond his reach. As number 2 is going to try and bring it back in. He throws it in deep. Ambrose Papuano is going to go back to collect this puck. He's going to go for... They throw it off to the wall. Welch is going to come over to 44. Snapped in on net. Juicy rebound pops out there. Good stick by Ambrose Papuano to settle things down and allow a shot to get off. 4:18 to go in the third. Thrown right back into the far corner. Welch goes on to collect. Uses his skating. Reverses things right back up to Bingham Green. Green leaves it for Wilson. Nice little play there to exit the zone. Goes to Mason Fritchie up ahead. He's got a trailer's Connor Wilson. Slide tackle there. As the dive head first into the legs. He had a man going to the net. It was Wilson. Instead, it's the Reapers back on the attack. CJ Nenavisa, he's going to knock it off the wall. He hits the deck. Gets it back to center. Connor Wilson's going to try it again. He's going with Fritchie once again. 4 and 8. This combination has been good so far today. Comes back to the high man. Bingham Green rolls off of his stick blade, though. 3:40 to go in the third as the Reapers try and exit the zone, and they do. Number 44 brings it. He's going to try Nenavisa. He bounces it off on the right side. Nenavisa tries to defend. He's defended by the free hand. Goes into the equipment of Grant Loy right now. Back to center. Mason Fritchie is able to change the position of his stick as he is able to accept that pass. It was handcuffed him a little bit. Back to center. Come the Reapers. Wilson runs into his man to knock him off the puck, but the Reapers still possess it. They're going to throw it all the way back down the ice. As it's going to be reversed from Loy to Welch. Welch is going to hit Brooksy Gaworski now. Gaworski up to Ferguson. Pens are communicating on the ice. You can hear it down here at ice level. A lot of talking going on right now as it comes to the point man. That's Brady Fritchie. He's going to tuck it down behind netminder 29. On to work for this puck is Blake Paris. Going to play switch here with Paris. Paris goes all the way through. Shot in by Brady Fritchie. Almost caught the goaltender napping there. It looked like he was going to throw that pass up to the point man. Decides to snap it in on net. Sneaky play there from number 9. Almost makes it a 4-goal game, but instead it's 5-2. 2:25 to go in the third period. Here from game number 2 of the 2-1-6 showcase outside of Cleveland, Ohio. The boys had a victory earlier today, a 2 o'clock matchup against PHC, the team out of New Jersey. As the Pens are looking to go to work here, it's Easton Borman. Has a stick in his legs. Nothing called again as we approach the late stages of the game. It's thrown back to neutral. Over to get the puck is number 9, Brady Fritchie, behind the official. He throws it, and it's going to go all the way back down the ice. This is enough for an icing call. So we'll go all the way back down into the offensive zone. 1:58 to go in the third period. So the Pens were able to kick back from that quick turnaround. They just got off the ice a little after 3 o'clock, about 3:15. Got out into the lobby as Colt Davis snaps it in. Nico Stark looking for the HT. Colt Davis takes a cross check to the face. Colt Davis took a two-hander right to the face as he's the man that's down right now. As I have some suspicions of where that cross-check came from some previous matchups here, but I didn't see it for sure. So I'll see if we can look here. I looked down at the monitor on the YouTube stream a little bit late. See if I can wind it back here. Because I certainly don't want to end up on Clanko Media calling out the wrong player, the wrong situation. As I'm looking down here, I was looking to see who's laying on top of number 11. It was number 17. As I was looking back, but you can always wind it back, as it is 17 that goes to the box right now. Cross check to the face. So 1:49 to go on the game clock. Minute 30 penalty up on the board. As Nico Stark was looking for the HT. Instead, it's found by Bingham Green off the offense there. Created once again by Nico Stark, playing one heck of a game. Bingham Green. Bingham Green puts it into the back of the net. And it's a 6-2 game for the 2015 Pittsburgh Penguins Elite. As they are widening the gap here. It's the PPG for PPE for Bingham Green. 1:43 now to go in the third period. 6-2 the score. Connor Wilson on as 21 comes in on the forecheck. And he's going to pick up that puck as Papuano falls down. He hits Safrani, number 44, behind the net. Tries to snap it along. Good back check there good defensive play by Connor Wilson. Hits Mason Fritchie, who was up ahead of the play. Puck's going to bounce off his stick, comes back to Papa Nicholas. Number 3 for the Reapers, throws it into the Pens D zone here. 1:17 to go in the third. Collected by number 43, that's Grant Loya. Loya stops up, throws it up off the dasher board to 19. Hits Wilson. Wilson's got another man up ahead. It's Mason Fritchie. He's going to try things. Snapshot off the right pad as it goes behind the net now. Or Bingham Green, the goal scorer, picks it up. As it comes back now to center red. Deflects off of Papa Nicholas. Throws it behind number 43, Grant Loya. Loya's going to have, he actually had his stick get stuck in. There's a little gap there in that corner. Lucky he probably didn't break that one. As Mason Fritchie tries to wheel around number 8. Pens changed a couple of players as Mason Fritchie remains on here. It's under the body of the Reapers. Finding that puck was Mason Fritchie. Tried to hit Brooks Gaworski. 22 now to go in regulation. As back in on the attacks, Connor Wilson. He's in all by himself. Connor Wilson walks in as it's going to be swallowed up by the pads of the netminder. Some extra seconds here tick off of the clock. Connor Wilson almost making something out of nothing. He's been hitting the gym this summer. You can definitely tell with the burst there as he was entering the offensive zone. So we're at 8 to go in this third period as the Reapers force it back to center, looking for one more opportunity. Brady Fritchie's going to shut that down as that's where it's going to end here from game number 2 from the 2-1-6 showcase, as the boys smother the starting goaltender here in game number 2, number 33, Luca Thompson. And don't forget the save that he made off the mask and was able to find that puck. It's a 6-2 final here at game number 2. Final score, Pittsburgh Penguins Elite 6 and the Chicago Reapers 2. We'll be back in action tomorrow afternoon for a matchup against the Whitby Wildcats. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow.